Gulf Coast October. I'm popping in really quick. This is a painting my kid did a long time ago, and I love it. And as I'm going through canvases and painting over stuff, I'm not touching this one. It's beautiful just how it is. Looks like a K-Swiss, don't it? That's what it is. It's a shoe. So that video, I like playing around with stickers and editing and messing around with stuff. So I love editing and messing around with film and doing things. So that was a brush and another brush, and I put them on top of each other, and I made them do stuff, and I gave them a nose and eyes, and I just thought it was so funny. But so I'm popping in really quick. This is my vlog mashup for this month, and what that means is whatever videos are on my phone, I just put them together as a vlog mashup, right? There's some cooking on here. There's some different things coming up. But the next one I'm going to show is something interesting. I've only so far shared these on my Patreon. I just shared one. I think I've shared two, but one of them I took down a long time ago. But I shared one recently, and she got a kick out of that. And so I do dream interpretation. And the reason I do it is because it helps me gauge, where I'm at. Like if I'm stressed out, if I dream about murky water, I might be more stressed out than I realize. If I fall asleep watching like a show about people that had ghost experience or scary hauntings, and I dream about it, I'm going to assume that my brain had been looking for just the right symbols to get through to me, knowing I'm going to try to interpret it. So one of the things I do, if I wake up in the middle of the night and I know I'm going to forget, I'll talk into my phone. So of course when I'm doing this, I'm like, I dreamed I was going around the home of the monster from Mars or whatever it is, and I will write it down when I'm awake and interpret it. And a lot of times I don't even remember that I do it. So like a month will go by, I'm like, oh man, I've got like 10 of these on my phone because I find them when I'm editing and everything. But sometimes, just for fun, I animate them. I put stickers to tell a story. So I'm going to share one with you guys. It is my dream. It's animated with stickers, and then at the end I gave the interpretation and the thing that stuck out to me the most. So yes, I was exhausted because I don't even know how awake I was. I didn't remember any of this at all. So here you go for that.
So we got there. Where there is, I don't know, and I don't remember. At one point there was stairs, and as we were trying to go up the stairs, trying to figure out how to get to, it looked like the food pantry. I don't know, but I noticed there was some handwritten signs, and I was like, oh yeah, I made those. At one point somebody asked us what we were doing or something, and we either said we were looking for the food pantry or we didn't, but we're in some kind of building. And then we end up going down this long, weird hall. We realize we've got to get back now. Back to where, I don't know. As we're trying to navigate this long hall that goes through different places, we actually passed a couple and overheard them mentioning that they were still an hour away from where they had to be. And I had no idea how long it was going to take us to get back this way. But I knew now we're outside, and we're trying to figure out how to navigate a trail, and it's gonna get dark. And at one point there's this dog, and we're afraid to get past it. He's barking, and I have a stick. I'm trying to swing the stick around at the dog. I realize it's a coyote, and there's a fence, and we have to open the gate, and it doesn't want the coyote getting in the gate, but I didn't care, so I just let him in.
Okay, time to interpret. I write things down and I Google them. It said that long hallways with different rooms represent transitional places, open to change and progression. A food pantry, it means to be careful and go slow, and blessings are to come if the pantry is full, okay? And it has to do with, ideas and beliefs. Gates represent change also, that it's coming, and protection and authority. In my case, boundaries with people and spirituality. The coyote tends to mean difficulties that are forcing change to happen, and then barking a lot. To me, it represents boundaries. It always represents boundaries. The thing that stood out the most for me is that in my dream, I was so lazy I did not care that this coyote got through my gate. And then after that, it's just going to go into the rest of my vlog mashup. Okay, check it out. Oh, this day, man, I wrapped bacon and rosemary around some chicken. I threw a bag of vegetables in there. I added, I don't know, like a cup of water. And I was playing around with curry leaves. I love these, man. They taste like habanero, but without the spice. So if you have a market where you can get all kinds of fun stuff, I highly suggest trying curry leaves. I added about, what is this, teaspoon of pepper? I don't know. It was spicy. This is where I'm a horrible content creator. I think I put it in the oven covered at 350 for about 40 minutes, and then I did it uncovered for about 15 to make the bacon crispy. Yeah, so this was weird. I was having way too much fun goofing off with the oven this day. Yeah. It's fun. I'm way too excited. Was good. We were originally going to have this with these French green beans, but when I opened the bag, I couldn't believe it. But this does not surprise me from Kroger. Some of y'all know we have pet rats. Pet rats only eat the inside of a pea and leave the hull. And if you notice, Kroger peas are often just the hulls. Yeah, disgusting.
All right, don't let me pass. Where's this place at? And what
Jumbo House?
And what side of the road?
It's on the right-hand side of the road. And actually we didn't even eat here, even though I would have loved to, but we had food at the house, you know, yeah. So this was a day that I got the wrong type of tortillas. I had to end up frying them after I did my sheet pan quesadillas, but then they were fantastic. So I'm going to be quiet for a minute and let y'all listen. I'm so excited coming up, that Shelley Duvall movie coming out. I paid, to have my name in the credits as a shout out, as a contributor. I'm going to be in the credits of Shelley Duvall and Dee Wallace and Edward Furlong's movie. I'm so excited. I'll leave a link to all that in the description. I might do the Grim Life Collective video on it. I'll leave a link. What do we have here? I was going to do a video about how to do food mixes if you decide to have pet rats. So some of you know, and sorry about the garbage bag in the back. I mean, this whole video was just a train wreck from the beginning, and it was really long. And like even this, for my base mix, if you know anything about rats, you have a base mix and then you add these other things. I do half Impeckables, waterfowl, and half of this chicken stuff. But even I've decided I'm not going to do that anymore because there's these little pea flake things in some of this that a lot of people swear by, but Winterfell chokes on this stuff. I don't know if the other rats have. And you can't just, whether you feed your rats scatter or in a bowl, you can't just watch them all the time. But anyways, I was showing how I get a lot of different things from different places. So this is a place where a lot of the foods are from Mexico and places like that. And then this one is from the store that has where I get my herbs and spices for my Indian cuisines I make sometimes. This is that puffed rice. Now that is I forgot the type of crackers this is. Mucilex type crackers. And anyway, so when you have pet rats, you do things in portions depending on the grains, processed things, herbs, veggies, protein, which is going to be like dried fish, shrimp, mealworms, dog foods. And you just have to be really careful with your processed things. Watch the sugar. I tend to really like to use these spiral pasta things. I saw these other type of flakes up at that store, the same store, and I forgot what they were, but I got to learn more about it because when I try to ask in the rat care community, a lot of times people just flat out say no. They'll just say no because if they don't know, that means that they don't know something. And I don't know what it is with certain communities where it's like the loudest people are the only ones allowed to be right. So this is like my protein mix. There's like dog food and these little fish. They don't like the oily ones. They like the fish that are dry, the minnows that are dry. I don't know why. But so like whatever the portion is, it's like 1 cup of this protein. It might be 2. I can't remember. I don't think that I stuck around long enough to find out because I really fast did this whole video. Oh, that's another protein. So there's a protein that was all more dog and fish, and it used to be what was in my savory mix, and this was the mix that was in my more floral fruity mix. That I would do different ones for them so they wouldn't get bored. But this is how I mix it up to make sure that it all gets mixed well. I mix it in separate bowls. It's very therapeutic. And y'all, this video was a train wreck from the very beginning, so I apologize. And then this is this probiotic baby food that sometimes I sprinkle it on their dinner. I give it to Winterbell separately. He has been the rat that's always struggled with keeping up good body weight. And I do have a video, either I already made it public or I will later, or maybe I won't, where I talk about why I'll never go to Petco ever again. But so that's Frankie, and everybody has already seen Frankie. And this is Mortimer, and he is one of my favorites ever, just like they all are. I always say that. But because he was the last rat in the tank, and him and Chopsley are the reason we will never, ever get pets at PetSmart again because of what they went through. He's a sweet boy, but he's terrified of everything. We've played with him a lot. He does come to me, but he just doesn't care too much to be out and held and played with. See how he's hiding? He's just hiding. I mean, he's a sweet boy. He's never bit us or anything like that. His little heart's just pounding. He's so sweet. He came to me just fine, but then once he's with me, he just hides. Come on. But then, let's see, where's Frankie at? Say hi, Frankie. Hi, my love. Frankie's the one that has hepatitis. He's my baby boy. And then Ducky's asleep, and Chopsley's asleep. And Winterbell's asleep. Because it's in the middle of the day. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Alright. So do you guys do the cornbread and black-eyed peas and cabbage for New Year's? I do, and all of this is organic. Okay, I'm going to let you listen to people at my church singing the Hail Mary during Our Lady of Guadalupe. I've done it before, but I just love this. And this was a gift for my friend on his birthday. It's water from Lourdes. And that's basically the end of this video. So be blessed, be a blessing, blessed be. Bye now.